Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, let's have a look at the Fiat 3000, the little teeny itty bitty Italian tank. And you're there. Imagine if you're a new player. You're looking at this, you've got the new crew, you've got no equipment, you've got the basic AP, and you're like, ah! Or your garage probably looks like this. Bear with me a second. Let's look at Italian light. This is how it looks at the moment. You're starting off not just Italian. Let's look at tier 1, everything, all of them. This is what your garage probably looks like, and you're like, ah! So you're thinking, what do I do? So you want to get some equipment, but you've got no money. You've got the very basic crew. You've got nothing you can put on. You've got nothing you can click on these. You've got nothing up here, and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So you click on the battle button and you get in. So you've got no money, no equipment, no nothing, no upgrades, and you're thinking, what the bejingles am I going to do? Well, you click the battle button and you get straight in. So imagine this is my first game in this, because it's my first game in it, like it might be your first game in it. And we will see just what happens. I'm just going to pause as we get in. I don't know how long it's going to take. We've got 110 players in the queue. It is 3:34 AM, and we're going to get in and give us a run for its money. So we'll see just what we can do with this. Let me just reorganize my mic. Okay, so you've got 16 mil of armor, which isn't too bad. It's okay against MGs. Penetration is a bit wonky. We'll see what the gun characteristics are like, and see what it's like, see what the mobility's like, look at the power to weight. You're getting in and you're thinking, I don't know the stats, so I thought, let's not go through the stats, because you'll be like, oh, what's all this, what's this do? The best way is click in a game and we'll see. So we'll start to look around, no equipment, what are you going to do? So we want to get into a position to hopefully be able to look where the team are, aid the team, get used to the characteristics of the gun, try and test it out as we're going in, and see what we can do. So I'm just going to pause it a minute until as we're getting in. So I'm just going to pause until we're a little bit closer to being in. Okay, sadly, time out after 5 minutes. I'm going to try again, see if we can get into a game. So we're going to get in. There we go. It's another 5 minutes. So sadly, let's go for. I'm going to put a bit of experience in, and we're going to go up to the next level. So I wanted to just be able to show you this, but it's not been possible. Now we've got 2 vehicles that we can go up to. Now let's call these up. So we've got the L6 and the M14. Now looking at the armor, 30 on the front, 25 on the side, 25 on the rear, 42 on the turret, 25 on the side, 25 on the rear. So this is the heavier tank with the M for medium, L6 for light tank. And we have speed, top speed 42.3 compared to top speed of 32 and 12 going in reverse compared to 15 on the L6. So you can see the gun depression minus 12 and 20 gun elevation on the L6, and minus 10 and plus 20 on the M41. Now looking at the armor, the best armor is the M41 medium tank. So I'm thinking this would be quite a good one to go for. But what you can see, the view range is actually better with the light tank at 320 meters. Signal range is not as good. So potentially the light tank has got better view range, more mobility, less armor. Now let's have a look at the tech tree, see where we go with this. And then you see that they both go to the same place on the M15, which is a medium tank. Now looking at this, if you're working up through this to get to the M15, you're going from the Fiat, from a light tank to a light tank, then to a medium tank, or else you're going from the Fiat, which is a light tank, up to a medium tank, and then carrying on the medium tanks all the way up. So that's where we are at the moment. So we may as well, as we're going to be going to medium tanks anyway, go for the medium. See what we can do with this. We've got the very basic equipment, so like you've just upgraded to this, I'm just going to purchase it and we'll get in. So 4,000, and let's get a basic, actually, that's what you'll be doing is getting the crew in. Actually, you'll probably be getting the vehicle and maybe spending the 80,000 on the crew, or depending on the experience that you've gained, how much free experience have you got, and where are you actually going to be going with this. So, do we go for this 3740 gun, which leads up? So by not purchasing the gun on the tier 1, you go to the M14 and you've been given that gun anyway. So that's very useful. There are ways that you can work your way up and potentially miss bits of equipment on some of the levels that's going to save you money and save you experience. So we'll have a look at the M41. Working your way up, you want to start saving up some equipment, some money to... Let's have a look at this in the garage. So this is what this little bad boy looks like at tier 2. But you can see that your crew is only 50%, which isn't very good. So let's have a look at the tier 2s. So looking at this, M41, no data yet, bad crew. Let's do a comparison between, say, the Brit and the M41. Let's look at the details at the moment. So you're looking basically between these two. We're looking view range 235 meters compared to 329 meters, because this isn't set up very, very well. So you can see that the crew affects the ability, and you got a 90 meters that you can't see with this, which is a huge disadvantage. Now the DPM, the damage per minute, you're looking 1150 compared to 880, so similar damage compared to the same as the tier 1 situation. Let's have a look. The rate of fire 25 compared to 22, so 3 rounds different, and the penetration on the gun, it's my eyesight just went a bit blurry. Penetration 39 compared to 64, so there's a huge difference, about 30 mil of difference. So it's not really quite a bit of difference. You've got dispersion of 0.51 compared to dispersion of 0.38. You can see that without having a good crew, you are going to be at a significant disadvantage. So you want to be able to move your crew from the tier 1 up into this to put them in to the position. So you've got the commander, driver, radio operator and loader that you're going to need to work with. Now, looking at just the Italian side of things, looking at the crew, you had a commander and a driver. No one else, just 2 people on this really teeny tiny tank, and suddenly you've got 4 crewmen. Well, you're looking at this and you've got to get the right number of crewmen, so you're going to have to buy at least some crewmen to put in. Now let's have a look at the recruiting side. So you're looking 20,000 credits per person that it's going to cost you to fit them into this tank. You're thinking, oh my goodness, that's a lot, and by the time you've actually gained the experience on this, well, you want to be going around, you want to imagine you've got this really pants crew. Actually, I'll show you what it's like with a really pants crew. So let's go in, let's get in. This is like your first game in it. This is what it's going to be like. It'll help if you've got some ammunition. Let's resupply ammunition. You'd want to put on some basic equipment as well. So you can't really afford large repair kits. You want to go for the likes of a small repair kit, which costs 3,000. Then a small first aid kit. Actually, let's go with a small manual fire extinguisher and small first aid kit down there, ready to rock and roll. So you've got some standard ammunition, saving money on the rest of it. Don't worry about HE at the moment, just go with standard and we'll see what we can do. So that's us ready to rock and roll. Nothing special about this, and we'll go in and see what we can do, and hopefully we'll get a game in this. So I'm going to pause as we're waiting and see just what we can do with this. But what you need to do, you'll be at a disadvantage, but you don't want to get dejected. You'll be thinking, people are going to be coming down, they're going to be kicking the whatevers out of you, and you could well be in trouble. So you need to try and work with people, use their spotting, and take those little shots when you can, try and make them count, and build up that little bit of experience as you work through to get yourself into a better fighting chance, a better fighting position. So you want to build up your crew experience, build them up to the higher level, to then start moving them up into the better tanks as you work your way through and gain experience on the on this new line. So 1 minute, yes, so we're in. Okay, finally. Let's see what we can do. So we've got a Himmelsdorf game. Luckily it's close. We've got a little bit of armour. The gun is pants. So we want to look for lighter tanks that we can potentially shoot or get close. So we'll see what this is like. The mobility will not be the greatest because you've got no upgrades. You've just got into the tank like I've just got into it. I could have upgraded it, I could have put equipment on, but I want to show you what it's like your first time in it, grabbing the Italian line, and what it's going to be like. I could easily have bumped it up and gone for premium ammunition and gone, oh, this is a wonderful, wonderful game. This is me in a fantastically kitted out, fully kitted out, as opposed to the bog standard tank that you're going to get immediately. But make sure you want to put this equipment on to see you through. So we'll see what we can do. It's a tier 3 get, so we're slow. The movement isn't that great. You can see how slow it is without a good engine. It's not a fast tank. Really isn't. So we're going to move in. 127, which we'd have problems even penetrating. So let's work our way through, see what we can do. We'll see where he's going. I'm going to try and get into a position up here, see if I can get these shots over. This is really, really slow. We've got a Panzer S35 incoming. We've got someone moving up onto the hill, so he'll hopefully spot any of the enemy team who go to the hill and maybe shoot down on me. T26 over there. The guys are moving up. We've got T2 over to the right. Can I get any shots over on him? He's in that position. I'm going to try. Okay, so first shot, first kill. Let's pull back. Watch out for artillery. Okay, we've got someone up there. The 14 moving his way up. We've got Panzer 2 coming around behind as well. Let's try to get into a better position. So, we've got the only kill on the team. In the first game, 1 shot, 1 kill, 28 points. Okay, we just got another shot that way. They're holding that corner. I'm going to try and move back. I was looking to be able to assist with the Panzer 2. They're not pushing so much. We're 3 up. You can see the mobility isn't very good. But the gun was punchy enough to get through. Okay, these guys aren't pushing. It's 3-1. Let's actually move. I'm going to push up the hill, see what it's like on hills. Oh, you can see the rockets going up there from the artillery. So I'm going to move up. We'll test what this is like moving on a hill with not a very good crew. You can see the gun moving from side to side is pretty slow, and the aiming reticule is really, really big. It's not accurate, but that's mostly because, well, the gun is bad, and the crew are even worse. So let's see what we can do. 4-2, they've started to pull back a bit. Okay, they're firing that way, so I'm going to see if I can get some shots in. Let's have a look at the angling of the armour. We've got a BT coming down this way. You can see how tricky it is with no setup. I like the way the bogies and things are designed, but it's really, really slow. But we will get there. So you don't want to be using bog standard setup like this with working ridges and going up on hills. because you'll be in trouble. So let's try and work our way around. I'm on my way, my friend. And I'm going to move up, try and get into position, look to be able to angle the armour to try and get shots up to assist my Chiha buddy now. Okay, got a bit of angling. Let's move that way, see if I can... Oh, he's in trouble, so I'm going to try and hold this side. I've got no real armour. The gun depression isn't as good as I would have liked. He's running. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how... I presume it's not going to be very punchy against anything that appears. And he's run off. And BT7 artillery can go straight through. But a couple of shots in, you can see the penetration is an issue. You want the better gun, but we haven't got it yet. So this is the situation that you expect with it. It's not good. The armor's... yeah, it's tier 2 and they were tier 3s. You know, so we couldn't expect to do much better. So what we're going to do... He's moved into that position, trying to get a side shot. Nicely done, my little Chiha buddy. He might be nailed by the artillery. Oh no, there's just the one left. What is he going to see? We've got the Tetrarch going, kill all! Muppet. Oh, and he missed. Oh, and we capped. Okay. So, 1 game, 1 win, 1 kill. Is it good? No. So, simple. Really, really simple. Is it good? No, it's not really good. It's a tier 2, and that was a tier 3 game. But we've got the research. We've got 600 experience, so we can go to research the next one. So 5,500 credits, 300 experience. Let's go to the research side, and the guys have gained some experience, gone from 50% up to 51, 50 and 56% respectively, which is really nice. Now we can upgrade what we want to do. We want to go in and use some of that experience. So the next gun, this is what we're running at the moment. Upgrading the gun will give us 52 mil of penetration with standard, 75 with premium, 24 with HE, 50 points of damage, accuracy of 0.43 compared to 0.4, but that's with 100% crew. So aim time 2 seconds with both of them. It just means you've got better penetration. And the same gun is on the M1542, which is the tier 3. Now, let's look at the armour difference. So, moving from tier 2 up to tier 3, let's look at what we're going to be getting. So, moving up, we're going to go from 30 armour on the front up to 45, which is a nice change. So, the turret seems to stay the same, but the hull armour goes up by 15 mil, which is really, really nice. So, I would say at this stage, use the experience. Play the game like this, get the new gun, which will be the same as the one on the M15, and I'm just going to move straight up, purchase this as though we've just done it already, and we'll have a look. So you're going to be coming up, you will be working the crew, and you won't at this stage have 100% crew. So I'm going to go for a crew that's 80%. Which would be closer to where you probably will be when you move up to this level. So we've got the basic setup. Let's have a look at it. We haven't got any upgrades we've got the slightly better gun, we've got the slightly better armour, and we've got a 75% crew ready to rock and roll. Now, working with the tier 2, to save your credits, you want to move these out. Let's have a look. I'd want to take them out. Change the order. Remove. How do? Okay, they're not letting me just take them out. So we'll leave those in there for now. We'll go up to the tier 3 and just click those off. Just go straight. Oh yeah, I've got my tier 8. Yes, all ready to rock and roll. So we've got the standard AP. We've got the this standard amount. We're not going to go for any. Actually, let's go for about 5 rounds. 5 rounds of APCR. You want to be safe. Okay, we've got 15. I'll try not to be using it. You can see we've got heat rounds, which are good against flat armor. A nice additional bit of penetration. We'll see what this is like. So, want to go to resupply. It's going to cost 25,000 credits. Let's see what we can do credit-wise. So, we'll go for a small repair kit, first aid kit, and the manual fire extinguisher. 29,000 credits. We've got the slightly better gun, or the same gun as on the tier 2, the upgraded tier 2. And you may, at this stage, want to be starting to put some equipment on. So, you've got things like vents, which will improve your crew abilities, give you an additional 5%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it starts to add up. And you want to be putting things like camouflage nets, binoculars. So you want to be saving up in the background and putting these on. You can see, like, the binoculars cost 500,000 credits. It's a huge amount, and it's going to take you a while to do it. But this will give you a 25% bonus to your view range. Now at the moment, the view range 277. So bear with me a second. I'm going to find my binos, move them on here, so you can see the difference with or without the binos. Okay, let's take the binos off my T127. As you can see, the setup I've got with a improved vent, and I'm running a light spall liner. So this is quite a nice little tank. And we'll go onto the tier 3. So for now, you can see the view range at the moment, 277 meters. If we put on the binos, it now goes up to 346. It's still not the greatest, but it's an improvement. And I'll show you what the changes are with putting on events. It'll cost 150,000, but there's special events that go on which will save you the money. It'll be half price. So let's go with this. So 346 meters, putting that on, and it'll bump the view range up to 354. So you can see that those quick couple of changes will make a huge difference, and it's those extra things that you want to be looking for. And you can see that, well, my face might be in the way, but you can see the commander is now 80%. The crew are bumped up by 10%. So from the 70 odd percent, it's now gone up to 88% for each of the crewmen. And that's quite a nice position to be in. So that's bumped things up, and you can see that the rate of fire is 23.71. Now, a way of increasing the rate of fire is to put on, I was about to say putting on a gun rammer, but it's not available. So if you could put on a gun rammer, that's something you may want to do. But as we can't, I won't show it. But what we could do, looking down at the concealment, SAT, we're looking 15.79%. Now, if we put on, we haven't got the load capacity. We need to upgrade the vehicle, start putting on better radios, better tracks. The tracks will allow us to have more equipment on. So this is, and then the additional power of the engine. You can see the 190 horsepower. Upgrading from 190 horsepower to 250 will improve the power to weight ratio and allow you to move around. The tracks will allow you to carry more, and you can see we can upgrade the turret, which will increase the traverse speed of the turret by 2 degrees a second, and also increase the view range by 10 meters. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that additional 10 meters really helps. As your crew gets better, with that additional 10 meters, plus the binos and the improved vents, you're starting to then move to a position where you're able to spot more things. At the same time you upgrade the gun, the penetration will go from 52 up to 70 with standard, and a rate of fire will go up from 25 to 26, with the dispersion going from 0.42 to 0.4 with the new Model 3 gun. So this is where you are with no real upgrades. Let's get in. We've got better armor. The gun is still pants, but we've managed to afford 15 rounds of premium ammunition to use if we really need to. So I'm going to try not to use it. I'll get that first shot, take the shots, move into position, and do what you can do with the tank. So we're going to get into to this tier 3 game. You're following through, doing the best you can, working up, putting a bit of equipment on, and getting ready as things improve to move the crew up to the next tank and move the equipment from this tank up to the next one as you sell it and move your garage slot. Either sell the vehicle or buy new garage slots. If you keep the vehicle, then it's going to cost, you can't trade it in because you've still got it. But if you sell it, you get half your money back, and unless the sale's on. Whereas if the sale's on, everything costs half as much, but when you sell things, you get half as much as to what it's worth. So you actually get a quarter of the value instead of half the value. So it's better to sell vehicles when the trades aren't on, when the specials aren't on, and buy equipment when the specials are on, so you can get the best value, best side of both worlds. So I'm just going to pause. Hopefully we'll be able to get it into a tier 3 very soon. We'll see what this is like. I would have liked to have got, you see everyone the fully equipped tanks, but this is what it's like. The grind, as you work up, you're like, oh, what's it like? Is it Gaming Bear? Show me real games. Show me real play. Well, this is what I try and do. So we'll see what we can do. I'm just going to pause until we start getting in, so bear with me a moment. Okay, we're getting in. Let's see where we are. So tier 4 game. Panzer B2 on the opposing side. I know I'm not going to penetrate him. We've got a Valentine 2. Can't penetrate him. So we're going to have to go for some of the other ones, find where they are, and try and get some shots in. The gun isn't good enough to be able to pen. We may, if we're lucky, even with premium, be able to penetrate those, but it's not going to be easy. So that's something you've got to bear in mind. So see what we can do. So first thing first, let's check out the mobility. Oh, we've got a Panzer 2J, 80 mil of armor. There's no way we would be able to penetrate him even in a month of Sundays. So, things like that. Someone he's just tanking it. So let's see what the mobility is like. Very, very bad. The RT's not moving yet. Look how slow we are. We've got the Panzer 2J and he's faster than we are. Oh no, we're just gaining a bit of speed. Oh, let's dodge this guy. Okay, we've got a better top speed than the Panzer 2J. Yay! But he was able to start running rings around us at the start of things. So first thing first, I'm going to move up and try and let's check the gun depression. That looks quite good actually. See if I can get ready to work the ridge here. See if I can get some shots over. This is where they're going to be coming from. So I'm going to pull back, get ready to fire over. See if I can get a shot on, wait for them to come through, and the guys are pushing through. I want to be able to give them support. We've got the Largo and the Locust going the other way. Panda 2J and the 127. We've got the S35 pushing through. Let's see if I can get any shots on him as they come round. Now, pull back because the Panzer 2J, he's going to be covering the corner, and I'm going to see if I can, if someone tries to get round his side to his softer side with the 40 mil of armor, I'm going to try and protect him from anyone who's going to flank him. He's pushing through. We've got the 2S. Okay, let's go in and assist. Time to move. There's a time to move and there's a time to sit. Now is the time to move. Uh-oh. Valentine coming in. The 26. Okay, I'm just reversing is an issue. Panzer 2J needs assistance, but if he's got any sense, he's going to be pulling back. And then I can start assisting him from around this corner, and he's pulling back. They're using a lot of premium on him.
That one didn't go through. Enemy armor is damaged. Critical hit. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit.
Okay, we managed to block that. The team are a bit pants.
That one didn't go through. We didn't even scratch them. Critical hit. Ready to fire. Where'd they go?
Where is he? What's this bozo doing? 127 needs our help.
Target acquired. Target released. Ready to fire. Target unlocked. That one bounced. Enemy is hit.
Couldn't quite get the next one through.
Everyone get out.
He had the bigger gun, you could see. Because the size of the shot, 100 mil of damage, twice the damage of ours. So he had the bigger gun. And you could see that was why he was able to do twice as much damage, because he had the bigger gun. So we did what we could do. Let's see how much money we made or lost because of having to use premium against those incredibly tough tanks. Know what you can do, because knowing that the Valentine, there was no chance of penetrating whatsoever. Know yourself, know your enemy. And knowing that we had to use the premium to be able to at least try and assist and help our buddy. Otherwise, you know, all was lost. So we had 15 rounds of premium ammo. Let's have a look. We lost the game. Let's have a look and see what we did. We made 6,000, but overall we lost 18,000 credits. So, you know, it's not a good situation. 249 damage, so pretty well up there. Even though it was a tier 4 game, we were in a tier 3. In comparison, we did okay. We did more damage than our own health, so more damage than our hit points, and sharpshooter more than 10 consecutive hits. You know, pretty good for something so inaccurate. So we're up to 147 experience. What we want to do at this stage is start upgrading things. So you want to get the tracks researched, and which will allow you then to start putting on the better gun and that sort of thing. So you can see this 90. Let's have a look at the. Actually, let's have a look at the research. Oh, he was in the 2640. He was in the tier. He was the higher level. You can see this one has got damage of 50. This bigger gun damage of 110. This one 110. So when he hit us, it must have been a low roll, but he was using one of these tier 4 guns, probably this one up here. So you can see that, well, no wonder he was penetrating with every single shot. So, you know, you've got this situation where you're at a disadvantage, but we want to be assisting the team. So first thing first, the engine, you can see the weight, 1,000 kilos. We can't use the next engine. 250 horsepower compared to the 190 we need it, but you need to get the tracks first. So that's something that we're going to have to move up to. But I would say something that's more important is increasing the gun at this stage to the 4740, which will then give you from 52 up to 70 mil, still 50 points of damage. The accuracy is improved, the aim time is improved. So you want at this stage to go, I would say, first thing first, we'll go for this gun and mount it. So we need the suspension. You can see I just tried to put it on. You can't have this gun. We need the improved suspension. So you need to save up the experience, get the tracks, and then we can put the gun on, mount the gun. You don't need the new turret for it. So let's go back to see this in the garage. See what this looks like with the bog standard tracks. Before we let's take off this gun. You can see the difference, smaller gun, and let's look at the difference in the tracks, see how they look. So let's see if you can actually tell any difference when you change them up. So tracks, you can't really tell the difference, but we know they're different. And at that stage we then move up to the new gun. You can see the longer barrel, which will give us more penetration. So we want to so we're going to go with 15 or so rounds, bump that up, 15 and 9, 70 mil of standard pen, 95 with the premium, and get that sorted. Let's make sure we've got the tier 3 gun. Yep, still 50 points of damage, but because of this gun, we're using the same ammunition. It's just a higher velocity gun, allowing us to penetrate. So you can see the way the gun tapers. So you can see basically the pressure of the gun shoot it down the barrel at a faster rate. So we're using the same ammunition. Command's up to 80%, 88 for everyone else. Let's get in. So we've got a slightly better gun, we've got better tracks. Turret is the same, but we'll see what we can do. So next, after this, we want to get an improved engine and then the improved turret to give us that little bit extra view range. So this is where you're going to be at tier 3. Moving in, you've upgraded the tracks to allow you to get the better gun. You can use the same ammunition, which is really, really good. Not that the ammunition is really good, but it's really good that you don't have to purchase new ammunition. So that'll save you credits. So I'm just going to pause until we get in. Now I'm doing it this way because I was told by one of the top players that the best way to do it, before you move into a vehicle, fully equip it, get the crew fully equipped, and play it fully equipped with a full 100% crew with potential new stats before you take it out for the first time. Otherwise you're going to be at a disadvantage. But I want to show you what it's like at the lower levels and what you might have to grind through in order to gain the experience, and what you're facing and why you're at a disadvantage with having a bad crew, not fully equipped, and what it's going to be like and what you can try and do to get round it. So at this stage, tier 3, we want to be fully grinding the crew to the higher level until we're able to be winning more games, or at least breaking even. Because what you got to realise is that when you go up a level, everyone at that level is better than you, or in better tanks. And if you go up too quickly, you will be hitting players with more experience, tanks that are better, with crews that are better, and equipment that's better, and you're going to be feeling really bad about yourself, and it's not your fault. And so you need to be giving yourself the best advantage before you move up. So preferably you need to be winning 55% of your games before you move up a tier. Because if you can't win 55% of the games at the lower level, when you move up, that 5%-ish disadvantage you'll be at by moving up a level will be reflected. And so instead of being at 50% or 55%, if you're at 55%, moving up, you'll go down to 50. Whereas if you're at 50%, you go up, you'll go down to 45% win rate. It's all sort of relative based on your stats, your tank abilities, and your experience, the equipment, the crew, all the rest of it. So as an approximate level, you've got to be thinking that it's worth about 5% every single level you go up, somewhere between 3 and 5%. So Here we go, tier 3 in a tier 4 game. Hector has got the equivalent of 90 mil of armor on the front, so there's no way that we can penetrate him because his sloping armor will bounce our type of shots. The premium ammo will skid off the frontal plate, and basically there's a 50% chance of it going through anyway, but the angling and sloping could make it worse, and so there's less chance of actually doing that damage. So we want to go in, back up our own Hector. So I'm going to find where our Hector is, and let's get over there. So there he is, and I'm going to back him up and give him assistance so that no one can come round, because one way of taking out a Hector is to flank him. So I'm going to move up, go and... oh, he's coming this way. Okay, we've got 2 Hectors. I'm going to go and assist the one now. He's got the big gun, the 105. This one, normally you'd expect them to have the 105 gun. So I'm going to move up, assist him. Going downhill, you can see we're moving quite nicely. Let's move into position and back him up so no one can flank him. Now I'm going to move round, move into the bushes near A2. Ready to assist from that position. So from here, get into... oops. Bit of angling. Pull back. Okay, we're in cover. Anything gets spotted, we can fire, and we're in a hidden position to try and maximize our advantages. Bit of angling. Look at the front, you can see, so we're angling a bit. I want to angle a bit more. We're 2 tanks down. The SU is hopefully going to spot something. I've moved to this position to be able to give them a bit of assistance. Oh, Panda 2J. Okay.
Enemy armor is damaged. We didn't penetrate their armor. We can go through. One of our tracks is damaged. The radio man is down. We can only signal nearby vehicles. They killed our driver. We're covering his position, but not very well.
Protect. Let's get him ready. 84 seconds so we can re-equip things. 5-6. The Lux is over there somewhere. I want to get the radio operator ready to rock as soon as we can. At least we helped to with the Panzer 2J. 53. I had to use the premium. There was no other way. 57 seconds. 7-8. So helped. Otherwise, the Hetzer... well, he's run away. He's gone the other way. Great. Trying to stop the Hetzer being destroyed. Or stop them flanking the Hetzer, which is what the move they were trying. So knowing that that's what they may well be trying to do, I wanted to come up with a way of dealing with it. And this guy is going to be in trouble. 20 seconds till I can fix my next guy. We're 2 tanks down. 11 seconds. 3 tanks down. No shots on. It's haven't got the view range. Even with the binos, we can't see them. Oh, it's just me. One of our guys is already... Great. We haven't got the armour to be able to deal with it. Let's try and use these bushes, see if I can see anyone sneaking around.
Ready to fire. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Let's see what we can do. I'm going to expect the looks to be coming in behind me any time. Yes. Yep. I would have. But tier 4, you know, you can do your best. And I always try and do my best. But without having the best crew, being a tier down, and being at a disadvantage, and this is one of the reasons you need to have a better crew so you can spot the enemies and be able to assist your team. So to be coming up with this, you can see, look at all of these guys are in the higher level tanks who just did nothing. Now we were still 203, not a great amount. We lost almost 4,000 credits. So you can see with not having the best gun, we're at a disadvantage while having the best gun, but not on the best tank. So you really want to be moving up. You want to have a better crew before you start to move up to tier 4s, and definitely before tier 5, to have any chance of getting anywhere. Otherwise, basically, they will see you before you see them. You won't be able to penetrate them properly, and you can see with the penetration, 70 mil of pen. That Panzer 2J, his armour was 80 mil and sloped. You're looking 90, maybe 100 mil of armour. Even with premium, only 50% of our shots were able to go through. So knowing what you need to do, it was still difficult to penetrate him. And this is one of the issues. So we want the mobility, the armour needs to be good enough. So looking at where we need to be for the next level. So we want the better gun. Well, better gun of the next one, so which will give us the penetration of 97 as standard. But we want to build up the experience ready to go through. So to get the to fully equip the tier 4, we're going to need 4,160 plus 1,800. So we're looking about 6,000, 7,000, 9,000, 10, 11, 12, about 30, say 14 to 15,000 experience just to kit this out to be fully ready to rock and roll. And you don't want to be moving up unless you're fully equipped, and unless you're caning it at the level below. And at the moment we haven't been winning the games. Well, yeah, zero wins, 2 games, 0 wins. Before you move up, you want to be winning more games than you're losing. Otherwise, as I say, when you get to that next level, it's just going to be that much harder. So you want to work this, either spend a little bit of money to get a better crew, which you can then move up from one vehicle to the next, or grind it. So I would say grind it. And then we want the better signals, better engine, better view range for that additional 10 meters. We've got the same gun, but you'll be more efficient with it. And looking at the abilities, we've got the improved vents, ready to rock and roll. We've got the binos on, so if you sat still, you can get those shots on target. But we want a better crew. So imagine you've been grinding. Let's go for, I'm going to recruit a commander. So imagine you've worked your way through, built up to be 100%. Let's get a new driver, and these guys I'm going to be moving up from here, from one vehicle to the next. And you can see the percentages are now moving. So we recruit a new radio operator. So imagine you've been grinding your tank, you've got up to this level, you're getting up to 100%, and suddenly you're looking at it, and so your commander is 105% because of the improved vents, and he's bumping everyone else up to 116% because not just his 10% bonus, but because of the additional 5% that you get from the improved vents. So that's a nice situation to be in. So this is where we are with this, and we've got the research ready. So we've got the new engine. So we'll put the engine in. A new radio. Put the new radio in, and the improved turret. So you're ready to rock and roll. And now, so you've got a good crew, but we need that 16,000 experience or so before we can actually. So let's get some premium in, ready to rock and roll, resupply the consumables, and you can see they've got a slightly modified turret with the bustle on the back, more ammunition, and we'll see what we can do with this. So crew's better, the view range is better. The view range has got up to 409 meters. They've got the better engine, so let's see what we can do with this crew. So you want to be, I like having brothers in arms, which gives an additional 5%. Now at this level, where you want to be grinding the crew up and getting that sort of thing out of the way early. It's going to take a while to get the brothers in arms, but you want to be working the crew. And we'll click on brothers in arms, and we can see just the percentages as they increase as you work your way through. And you want to be winning at this stage 50% more games than winning at least 50% and preferably 55% before you move up to tier 4, 5, 6, and then each level beyond that. Otherwise you will be at a disadvantage. So now we've got a better crew, similar tank but slightly better characteristics, and I keep my vehicles, so I'm going to actually put on some camo. So let's go for some custom styling, and let's have a look, see what this looks like. A little bit of that's looking quite good. We'll go with that. Winter. Yep, that'll work. Desert camo. Yep, we'll go with that. 150. Yep. And we'll sort that out. Boom. Bit of camo all round. Yep, looking good. So let's get into the first game with the upgraded vehicle. Crew ready to rock and roll. See what we can do. Yes, we'll be at a disadvantage against other heavier tanks, other higher level tanks, but we've got a bit more mobility, we've got a better crew. So we'll try and use the terrain, use the brains, see what we can do, and try and get around the battlefield that little bit better. See what we can actually do. So I'm going to pause until we get in and see just how this actually works in the current environment. So bear with me a sec. Oh look, I've got someone who's called me an idiot. Oh well, you know what, you can only do your best, and being a tier down, you will get people having a go at you. But I was demonstrating what it's like working with a tank that's not fully equipped. So here we are, tier 3 game. So we'll see what we can do. T29 is quite a nice, it's actually a very nice tier 3. So we're up against a number of those. So we'll see what we can do.
Your assistance has been requested.
Schneider in a 1C. He's going to be more mobile. We're looking pretty good. He's saying hello. Right. Let's see what we can do. Now, I'm going to try and get into a position up on the hill. The mobility feels better. It's a little bit of a lead time, a little bit of a swing as you move from side to side, but this does feel better on the move. So let's get into position. The turrets move from side to side better, and the gun still feels a bit inaccurate, and we're losing a little bit of speed on the hill as we move up. We've got the MTLS moving up, the Panzer II coming in there, and Panzer 1C, I mean. So let's get up, get into position. Saying hello. That's nice. And we just get into position. So you can see the gun depression isn't bad. So we want to move up and try and assist with the team. We've got the 1C is in their base already. Okay. Nice, he's gone in and out quickly. So let's try and work this ridge, get into position, push up and protect the 1C. We've got the 91 there. I'm going to move up to the ridge as quick as I can, try and stop them coming in behind the 1C.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay, that'll do that. So T-29, very, very nice tank. What else are we facing? Anything else coming that way? Do I have making sure nothing's coming that way? Oh, we've got a bit of a ramming situation. Let's try and get. Oh heck! Oh heck! I'm trying to stop myself. Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
This vehicle has had it.
Oops. I angled too much and I lost it on the hill. That's a bit slippery up there. I was reversing my tracks, trying to stop after I realised, and these things happen. Oh shucks. You know, I might have been okay, but no, not enough hit points, and I wrecked myself. Oops, silly bear. You've got to laugh when things like that happen. So let's follow the cruiser. Got to see if there's another 1542. See how he's doing. He's moving up there. We've got another 1542. They're coming in behind, and they're not even looking. Pinging the map to let the guys know there's someone coming in behind them. And they're capping out behind. Oh dear, I feel so silly. Oh, that could be a good shot through there. Yes, nicely done. Very nicely done. I don't believe what I did. Oh, silly bear. I should blame it on being half blind. He's in an okay position. Once he's coming back that way. Follow our T-29. Fun and games. So 13-7. So we helped to win that. A little bit of damage and so you can see, well, we got the win. Not the greatest, but it was fun and we had a laugh. So it helps if you're in a better position. So we'll have a look at the experience, see how we did. Oh, that was silly. So 834 experience, 5 shots that we got in, took him out. At least that was something. Third class, so you know it was a nice start. So to get a third class on that already, 9,000, almost 10,000 experience credits, and 834 experience. We're now up to 6 and 7% with the crew experience. So that's a nice situation. But what you want to be doing is building this up. We're up to 33%, but you want to be up to at least 55% and not falling off things. So I'm going to do a bit more practice. We'll get some more games, and this is what you need to be doing. You need to be grinding with the vehicle, getting used to the characteristics, because it sort of flows from one level to the next, and you find the progression. So if you're really good at one level, once you know you're good at the level, you're able to deal with things, you're able to do everything pretty good, pretty well, that you can then, you're confident in your abilities at that level. I can see here that we're up against tier 4s. Because so we're up against tier 3s and tier 4s. You'll see that by what you're going up against as how you can deal with them. Because when you move up to tier 4, you'll be going in against tier 3s and tier 5s as well. So this is something you need to bear in mind of what you can do. Now, I'm going to try and use the angles, spot for the team. The gun isn't the greatest, but I'm going to try and move up to the bushes up there, see if I can get any shots down, use the gun depression that we've got, which is pretty good actually, 10 degrees of gun depression. So I'll try and use that. Let's let the TD push through. Use the gun depression and spot for the team. We've got the Sexton who's coming in that way, so I'll try and get spots for him. We've got the B1 which has got fantastic armour. And we'll try and get in, spot for the team without falling off the hill. Bit of angling. There we go, okay. And wait for the binos to kick in. See what we can see. We've got target over there. Can we get... Okay, got T46. Let's try and follow him. He's moving that way. See if we can get any other shots on. AMX coming that way. We won't be able to penetrate him. So we've got our front, which is looking that way. We can't fire over at him yet. Our poor little 1C is in trouble. We've got no one who's going over towards A4, B4. So I want to be able to spot for the team. Angle a little bit more to get the binos in position. It's 2-1. I want to be able to... There we go. T29 coming in this way. Okay. Let's see if we can spot anyone else incoming. T29 knows he's been spotted. And we'll get ready for anyone else incoming. Usually they appear over there. Here he comes.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit.
Time to move in case of RT. Pull back. And let's look over there, try and get ready for any more coming in. Cover this area, so 1 kill, 250 points of damage. We've got this area protected, guarding the artillery, while the heavier tier 4s are pushing up. Okay, I'm going to go in and assist the 1C. Time to move. Ooh. Let's get ready for him to come through. He's got a big gun.
Penetration. 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 The radio man is down. We can only signal nearby vehicles. We didn't even scratch them.
We're in trouble.
Enemy armor is hit.
What can you do
Enemy armor
against
is
both of those tier 4s? All you can do is your best. We did 544 points of damage. And spotting them for the team. Hopefully we've given the team the edge. Let them know they're coming in. There's not a lot more you could do than your best. So we've got a little buddy going in this way. Got the B1 who's moving up. 6-5. Let people know. Yeah, they're moving in on the arty. And the bozos are just moving in, completely ignoring the situation. At this level, they probably don't even know what mini-maps are. He's been spotted by the M40, but he doesn't even have a clue who's there. He hasn't even seen him. What a muppet! What a complete muppet! Oh, he's finally recognised there's something there, and now he's in the open. And I think the AMX is firing HE. I honestly think the AMX is firing HE. Let's have a look at the 1C. What is the 1C doing? Oh, the 1C collapsed. He just drove it. He copied me. Oops. He doesn't know that he won't be able to penetrate him. But this is what the tank looks like. Relatively well angled, and we've got the medium coming in, who's about to shoot him from the side. Oh, he's realised there's something there.
We've lost a track.
Yeah. Oh dear, what a pity. Never mind. Awareness of a mushroom. Oh dear. So, but still 12-7. So fully equipped, you can help your team do more. We're probably not going to make a lot. Will we win? Right now, I don't know. We've dealt with the guys who are in the over towards the base, and well, 2 left. So let's follow the looks. See what he's got. 5 kills.
Platoon created.
Oh, nicely done, little dude. I don't know what ammo that AMX is using. It's not very good. Oh, almost a ram kill. Wow. So, 8 kills between us. Alright then. Interesting. So, let's have a look at this this overall position. So, you've got the option to do things. You go for premium ammo when you need to, especially at range when you know that your standard gun isn't going to pen. Second class, not bad at all. He played very, very nicely. Very, very well indeed. So, 544 points, second class this time, and third on damage. All of these guys basically did nothing whatsoever. And very, very neat. So we made 4,500 credits, 632 experience. And you need to keep this, so now up to 11% and 10% respectively for the Brothers in Arms. 50% win rate. And it's this sort of time you need to be thinking, okay, I want to get ready to move the, build up the experience and get ready to go to the tier 4. Move this crew up from here with this experience into the tier 4 as you progress. So you will be going through researching, and so you'll need to have at least the 4,160 to get the 2640, but also the additional 14,000 to get it fully equipped before you play it for the first time. Otherwise you're at a significant disadvantage, and that 14,000 experience will give the crew, this crew, the experience. They'll be a lot closer to getting the Brothers in Arms, which will then give them an additional 5% on their abilities, ready to take on all comers at tier 4. Then from tier 4 you progress through, gain the additional experience, and then move them up to the tier 5. So I think this is a really good place to leave it, just over an hour, but you can see the progression and you can see what you need to do in the background. Now we'll have a look at the next level when I'm going to build up in the background. I'm going to actually grind these guys up and get to the experience we need ready to do it, so the 16,000 or so, to take us up to the next level, so we can go from tier 3 to tier 4 fully equipped, and we can see just what we need with this. So you can see that you can do some damage, you can get round, you can spot the enemy, and you can at least help your team to get the victories. And we want to be moving this up to 55%. If you can't get 50% and 55% at tier 3, you don't want to be moving up. The same from tier 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. If you're not winning before you move up, you'll be in a worse state, because it'll be that much harder with every new level you go up. So please bear that in mind. It is so important. Don't go up before you're ready, otherwise you'll jeopardize the wins for yourself and for the rest of your teammates, because you will be at a significant disadvantage and you'll be hampering the development of your team. So thank you guys. I'm the Gaming Bear, and this is the Italian line. So we're up to tier 3 and we'll carry on progressing. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye.